It's a going. Cool beans. Righto. First thing I'm gonna do is gonna give her some anti-inflammatories. So this gal has lost her vagina. Boing. We're going to find it for her and put it back. I don't know. Grub driving the camera. This is Joe. Joe loves cows. Cows love Joe. We're out here at Beef Machine. Potentially the coolest named property in all of Australia, other than like Go-Go Station, which is a pretty cool name too. What a rad name, Beef Machine, eh?
Certainly
You
is.
could only get away with that if you named it back in the 60s. If you did it now, people would be like, oh yeah, what are you on about? But it's a pretty rad name. And that's what it used to look like over here. All trees. They're all being harvested and utilized for all sorts of good things. Toilet paper, newspaper, a lot of it, isn't it? Like the glossy mags.
Yeah.
The real high-end glossy newspaper and papers. And then this is what we're doing on this side. So we got 5,000 acres cleared here. There's another 7,500 acres of trees. Really iconic Esperance property. This place is rad. When I first moved here, I brake tested 5,000 cows over 2 weeks here. But they used to have this and Mansfield Park together. And man, it was awesome. I'd come out here every morning and do 500 in the morning. And then go into Condi and have a counter meal. And it was awesome, Grub. Grub's doing the fencing. He chose not to be in the video because he's not wearing his Sunday best.
Something like that.
Somebody asked me, why don't you give the antibiotics and anti-inflammatories first? And I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. I always just kind of do the job and then give them their pain relief afterwards. But heck, if I give it now, it doesn't really change much. But no reason not to do it first. Okey dokey. So I'm gonna give her an epidural, team. So we got the lidocaine here. My clean syringe. I always use a new bottle for my lidocaine. Because I got plenty of cancer eyes and stuff. I can use the rest of this for other things. But like, if anything got contaminated in that bottle, you don't want to put it in their spinal column. That's pretty cool. Come over here for a second, Grub. So you just flex the tail. The older they get, the more these joints start to stick together. But you feel with your thumbnail, you just pop down into the epidural space. That's going to stop her from pushing, and it's going to make her tail go to sleep here in a second. Pretty quick acting stuff. Radical. Got myself some scrub it up, so there's her tail now. Working. Desensitized. Hang on to that for us, Joe. Thanks, buddy. I'm just gonna try to clean this up. This has been hanging out for a little while. She's gotten a bit crusty. Grub actually spotted it. It's about as far away as you can get from the yard. Hey. Once we get this in, all this stuff here will be inside the vagina, and it'll just kind of clean up a little bit. We just gotta get that put back in, and then we gotta find a way to secure it. So she's still got a calf in her. Got some lube over here. Slippery stuff. A million uses for lube. We buy it in bulk. There you go, buddy. You're all lubed up. Hey, no pooping on the job. Push this back in. Can. Come on down. He's saying, it's almost in, it's almost in. Well, you're right, darling, it is. Usually they wee after you put it back in because it makes it hard for them to wee, have them hanging inside out. So I'm just everting it. Bring it back the way it ought to be. There we go. That's the way it ought to be. You want to stick your arm in there and hold this? You don't come back out again. I gotta wash my hands. You don't spit it out. Can you open up that packet? So this is called a prolapse button. Show that to the camera. Pretty rad. I import these out of the US. out, darling. Don't spit it out. Hang on to it. All right, there's some assembly required. So that's the, hang on that for a second. Quarter pin's very important. Don't want to lose that. You hang on that for me for a second. And you can hang on that too if you don't mind. See, it's a trocar. It's this button here. I'm going to take this inside her vagina. I'm going to pop it through, and it's going to poke out here. And then we're going to take a scalpel and do a little nick. Once I get a little point where I see where it's coming through, we'll take a little bit of lignocaine and put some lignocaine under it, and then I'll take a scalpel. That'll pop out through the skin like that, and then we'll put that other button on the outside, and that's going to hold her vagina until she doesn't. And then when she calves, the calf will go past it. And back in the day, they used to put a stitch in their vulva, but then you had to like watch them all the time, and obviously that's kind of a pain, because if you're not there Johnny on the spot, the calf can't get out, and that's a bad thing. So these things are pretty handy. Prolapse buttons, pretty cool. I'm just going to get my scalpel ready, and my little bit of lignocaine. We don't know where the lignocaine is going to go until it pokes up through the skin. Sometimes you can do it without the needle. Bloop. Don't need much, a couple mil. You want to hang on to that super gel? My amazing veterinary assistant. Here's a little scalpel too. I'll give you that too. I'm just going to set that up underneath our little handy dandy holder there. That's good. All right. So I'm going to see if I can pop this through. So when I go in my hand, I got to hold it like that so that I don't accidentally stick it on stuff. I'll get in there, then I'll locate it where I want it, and then I'm going to push and pop it through the skin. Hello, love. How you going? So I'm going to push it with my finger. See how it's moving? That's what I'm going to try to aim for with this button. Pretty good, darling. Now they've got sensation in their vagina, as you would imagine. So she's feeling that a little bit. The epidural will help with that, but nice and neat, isn't it? Get that another crack. Glad to send on. That's a girl. There we go. All right, I need that lignocaine. See how little poke there? Boop, 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 boop. See what's popping up?
Do it again, Mike.
All right, darling. Boop, boop. Right there. No kicking. Bit of lignocaine. Happy days. Then, okay, if I can borrow that scalpel. Thanks, gorgeous. Pull this trocar out. Thank you, Nurse Gorgeous. And I've got her pin. Who in the hell thinks this shit up? That's what I want to know. sometimes they flip their tail and they hook it. So if I flick it this way, it's less likely to come out again. Bloody good. She's got her antibiotics on board. I'm just gonna trim her tail up a little bit with my little scissors here. And that's because otherwise she could rip that out. So I just give her a bit of a bang tail. How cool is that, Joe? Is that rad or is that rad?
That is cool.
That is fully sick. There you go. Prolapse button repair. She can have that calf. It's gonna be awesome. Cheers, cowboy. Thanks, brother.